Could this possibly be happening? Is it conceivably possible that this guy, Piers Morgan, is actually becoming a conservative? Maybe. You know, a lot of times as people get older, they start to, as they face reality and have more and more experience, they become more and more conservative. A lot of people go through this phase. And I think it's conceivably possible that maybe that's what Piers Morgan is experiencing. Now, I'm not ready to sign the guy off as has finally come to his senses and is now a totally sane person, an absolute conservative. I'm not saying that. But I do see a change in his perspectives. Case in point is this guy came to the defense of IVanka Trump. Now, you probably already know this, but the cool thing to do among the Hollywood elite and the pinhead liberal establishment is to attack everything Trump. Okay, that's irrational and illogical. I understand that, but these are liberals. That's what they do. They're illogical and irrational. Or they're illogical, or however you want to say it, illogical. Okay, let's take a look at what Piers Morgan has to say as he comes to her defense. This is dailymail.com, and we're going to touch on a couple bullet points here. This is actually written by, attributed to Piers Morgan for Mail Online. Let's go all the way to the bottom. You kind of look at the pictures and see what it's about. Okay, where's the bottom? It's kind of a long article, obviously. We're not going to read this whole thing. Here's what he said about the hauling liberal mob personalities. They make me puke. That, my friends, is the assessment of Piers Morgan as he describes the howling liberal mob. They make me puke with their stinking hypocrisy, and every decent American should share my revulsion at what they are doing to IVanka. Okay, let's take a look at the paragraph above this. In fact, we might just read the whole article backwards. No, we're not going to do that. This howling mob personifies the hysterical element of the anti-Trump brigade who wants to silence, ban, abuse anyone who doesn't share their "here's the new Hitler" view of the new leader of the free world. By the way, we've talked about this in other videos. Why do they want to mischaracterize Donald Trump as a racist or Hitler, whatever they call him? The answer is, the reason they want to mentally dress us up in Nazi uniforms or Klan robes, whatever they do, is that gives them psychological license to hate us. That's all there is to it. That's really all there is to it. It gives them, they want to dehumanize us so they can feel good about being subhumans and their behavior and hatred. All right, meanwhile, back up at the top. So the headline of the story is, IVanka should be a role model, but Hillary's hateful losers are so bitter they will stoop to anything to get to her dad. Now, he starts out the story here by recounting this encounter. Okay, that makes sense. Here is IVanka Trump. She's riding coach in a jet airplane. And while she is riding coach, she is being verbally abused by a couple Trumpophobes who happen to be gay and they have a little baby with them. Okay, there is a story, a myth, that IVanka Trump is spoiled. Does this look like a spoiled woman to you? This is a billionaire, and she's riding coach. She doesn't have to. She can fly her own airplane if she wanted to, ride in her own airplane. And Piers Morgan points that out. Okay, here are the alleged bad guys who made themselves somewhat of celebrities of the negative sort because they attacked IVanka. Here is his post on Twitter. IVanka and Jared at JFK T5 flying commercial. My husband chasing them down to harass them. Flat out admits it, and it appears that he is bragging about it. Okay, Piers Morgan goes into that in some detail. And then he posts this picture of IVanka and Dad Donald Trump. Very positive image. He says on Wednesday the president rose to his daughter's defense after another attack one day by Nordstrom, and after the store announced they would no longer carry her brand. Having a hard time reading here. This is Donald Trump's tweet. My daughter Ivanka has been treated so unfairly by Nordstrom. She is a great person, always pushing me to do the right thing. So why are they demonizing her? Because they are hateful. They are the bigots. They are irrational. And they are doing what they accuse us of doing. They are being what they accuse us of being. Okay, scroll down some. And by the way, he makes this point, which I thought was interesting. They conveniently forget that President Harry S. Truman once sent a letter to a Washington Post theater critic who mocked his daughter's performance in a concert, threatening to beat him up. Harry Truman, as you recall, was what is it with these Democrats? They like to punch people in the nose. So he says, frankly, Trump could announce a cure for cancer tomorrow, and the U.S. media would berate him as a monster, such as the current state of toxicity between the president and the press. Keep in mind, be mindful that it was Winona Judd who referred to the misnamed Women's March as toxic. I got a pen in my hand. If you hear something squeak, that's what that is. I keep turning the thing. I need to stop doing that, or I need to put some WD-40 on it. So he takes a few minutes of his article. I say minutes, I should say a few lines of his article. And he outlines some of Ivanka's credentials. For example, he says, to understand the background to this, let's remind ourselves of Ivanka's credentials as a businesswoman. She graduated cum laude with a bachelor's degree in economics. 2007, she launched Trump Fine Jewelry. She also launched her own fashion line that sells in major U.S. department stores. She was, until recently, Executive Vice President of Development Acquisitions at the Trump Organization. And then it says she served on the board of 100 women in hedge funds. So in other words, this is not a stupid person. Now, I understand there she is as a model. I understand that she has a bit of an edge because, well, she's Donald Trump's daughter. But still, you can't pull that stuff off and be stupid. Even though you do have an edge, you still have to have innate natural ability to do this. Ivanka had a successful modeling career. He said her beauty even earned her a place at number 83 on Maxim's Hot 100 list. A list which I have not seen. Okay. In her private life, he says Ivanka is happily married to real estate tycoon. Is that racist? Tycoon? Probably is. I'm going to have to stop saying that. And now White House advice. Is that racist? Say White House? So they said tycoon and White House in the same sentence. We're reading something into that. I mean, this is a microaggression. Jared Kushner and converted to his faith, Judaism. Oh, I got it. They hate them because they're Jews. Okay, so Ivanka is, by stated faith, a Jew. I don't know if they practice Judaism or not. And they've got 3 young children. Now, this is the pivotable. Pivotable is not a word, but I keep saying it, so I think I'm just going to keep using it because it makes a pretty good word. Pivotable. Pivotal is what I meant. This is the pivotal statement. You might therefore conclude that Ivanka Trump is the very epitome of feminist empowerment, hardworking, intelligent, highly powerful, highly successful businesswoman, hands-on mother of 3, and loyal wife. Okay, those last 2 points don't sit well with pseudo-feminists. Being a hands-on mother and a loyal wife does not fit well with feminazis, feminidiots, pseudo-feminists, Trojan horse feminist, whatever you want to call them. She is also, by common consent from those who know her well, warm, charming, gracious, and witty. And there's the little Trump kids. And here is Piers Morgan. There is Ivanka Trump. and there is, according to the far left, Hitler. Okay, let's close out with this takeaway, and I've said this before, we'll say it one more time. As we look at these three posing for the camera, that when you, speaking to liberals, when you make this equivalency, Donald Trump equals Adolf Hitler, you are simultaneously making the equation Adolf Hitler equals Donald Trump. If A equals B, then B equals A. When you pinhead liberals say that Donald Trump is as bad as Adolf Hitler, you're paying Hitler a compliment because you're saying Adolf Hitler was as good as Donald Trump. However, that does not occur to liberals because liberals are not logical. If they were logical, they would not be liberals. The fact that they're liberal proves that they are not logical because liberalism, as we know it today, after they stole the term, liberalism is, by definition, irrationality. If you like this video, give it a thumbs up. Don't forget to subscribe to our YouTube channel. Lower right-hand corner, there's a little red button that says subscribe. Click on it. You can almost instantly become a subscriber. Also, we encourage you to leave comments in the comment section below. And after you give us a thumbs up, don't forget to share this video on social media and let people know that Piers Morgan, rank and file liberal by most everybody's accounts, is coming to the defense of the Trumps. In fact, I think it's possible that he may be converting, not to Judaism, but to conservatism.
How to subscribe? Click subscribe. Click the bell. Check the box. Save.